Hello and welcome back to the hobby shed, and it's been far too long since I've donned the black and come up here and flicked some paint onto some piles of plastic potential. So here we are with another episode, and it's blood claws. Now my dog's just come in and he's around my feet. Yeah, it's blood claws, not the new ones, because to be honest that box still sits here unopened. I've not even got around to it yet. But in this one, I'm going to be doing some blood claws, and I can't wait to get going. I'm a massive fan of Space Wolves lore, and you know, kind of what they're about and the colouring and that kind of thing. Yeah, I'm a big fan. Anyway, let's get cracking. Bought these sweet little dry brushes off Amazon. They've been worth their weight, because I see how they're like edged. You know, smaller dry brush, you can really intricate, get into places that a big dry brush will probably just be overkill on. So yeah, next phase. And with the old rust grey. Just doing downward strokes really. Okay, when I'm going over with the second coat of Avalanche Sunset, generally just try and lock in the whole pauldron and try and go over the darker areas of the yellow to just make it pop a bit more. Okay, with the weapons, I tend to try and do a kind of diagonal drag. So if I go like this, I take care not to cover maybe all of it, but by just going along like this, I find it gives it a bit of, leaving some of these streaks in there, kind of gives it a bit of definition, as though it's like getting used. I do it again on this side, again, streaking it down, leaving some of the gaps to get that kind of streaked effect. I find it works quite well with the bolts as well. You can see there where it's quite blonde, but as we go over now with the yellow, that kind of streaking, I think just helps to give it a bit more definition. I'm hoping that can be seen on the actual camera actually. Little extra touch into the weapon, there we go. It makes it look as though it's a bit dirty, a bit dingy. It gets its use. Okay, on this side of the pauldron, we will put masking tape to then bring in the red of the blood claws. I'm not decided on the patterning yet, or I might just see what transfers I've got. If I can get a red symbol when I've got 10 of them, I might just do it that way rather than going for the usual kind of dags, you know, teeth marks or stripes. Because I've pretty much done a lot of the stripes on my other squads. I suppose I'm going to do them again because I haven't got any blood claw so far. Okay, so that is the yellow applied. Now if I use my Haldor ice pelt, you can see where we're kind of trying to go with the colourings and the markings. So from that to that. But we're getting there slowly. Okay. Something I recently purchased to help me along the way with my painting, you know, I ain't no spring chicken, is a pair of these. Okay, they help massively. They come with a number of different magnifications that you just slot in, turn on, and they've even got a handy little light for you to play with, you know. Works a treat, and for someone like me, it allows me to get something up close and personal. Yeah, helps me a lot. Where's the ball? Where's the ball? What are you doing with it? Well, there we go. If you're still watching, thank you very much for giving me your full attention. Feel free to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. How are you getting on with your space walk? These took me far too long, but I kind of got sidetracked along the way with a new TikTok channel. So I'm on TikTok. Feel free to come and find me there.
details below. But yeah, here's the final montage, and we'll see you in the next one.